Trying to signal to the people they reach, and I'm certainly not reaching those people on this program, but maybe through little sound bites and this and that, and the internet and so on. They're trying to. They're used to seeing Trump do his stuff, and they talk and they listen, and that's the truth to them because they don't listen to anything else. Somewhere way out in the Midwest, somewhere out in the out west, in certain places, the rural places. That's the truth. Because he gets the airtime, and I think that we need more airtime, just more push against, and not. I wish that you can't do this in some ways, but that the news media could find ways to kind of ignore or tamp down nonsense from Trump.
We've got these things taking place in America at the moment called the No Kings marches, the No Kings movement. This makes no sense whatsoever, but the idea is that the left have come up with this, really far-out idea that, Donald Trump is authoritarian, therefore he wants to be a king, therefore our democracy is dead. It's just so dumb. But the weird thing, Rita, is there seem to be mainly old white people. Even the American media are going, hang on, it's just all old white people who are at these marches.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of footage coming through, and some of the footage, yes, it's exactly as you would expect to see. There's thousands of these marches across the country. They're basically, we should call them what they are, they're anti-democracy marches. They're railing against democracy. There was an election. Donald Trump won in a landslide. Not only did he win the Electoral College in a landslide, he won every swing state. He won the electoral vote, the popular vote, I should say, the first time in 20 years the Republicans won the popular vote. So to suggest that he doesn't have a mandate to implement the policies that he was elected on, because that's precisely what he's doing. He's doing precisely what he said he would do. There's no surprises here. He didn't say, I'm going to do A and B, and got into power and did C and D. So these marches are just a massive tantrum. That's what they are. It is a tantrum. It is kind of comical, and I love how Donald Trump's leaning into it. He's posting pictures of himself with a crown, and his office is.
Oh yeah.
It is a massive joke.
It is a massive joke. It is also massively cringe. Do we have the footage of the dancers? Can we play the dancers?
Oh God.
Here we
Have a
go.
look at this.
Here we go.
That's not
We
dancing.
can do it.
guys.
We can do it.
What
What is that?
No
That is the
kings.
worst thing I've ever seen.
That's fake news to call that dancing.
Yeah, well, it is. It as somebody said, it looks like they all stepped in a dog mess. But like seriously, that's what we're dealing with here. As a future old white person myself, I find it very
Offensive. And I said it's only old white people.
this could be what people think that people future
well,
holds.
well, the point obviously is that this is presented as Trump's the great,
This
white
is so
only people,
massively
and yet you won't. And the idea that the diverse, multiracial groups in America all hate Trump is not borne out by these sorts of.
Well, exactly. I mean, here's the thing. I was looking at footage before from Atlanta, which has a huge black population, and the crowd was basically all white. These things are completely astroturfed. They're mostly attended by, retirees who have the time on their hands to do this sort of thing anyway. It's all organized. I don't know where the money is coming from, but I think it would be pretty interesting. The other interesting thing is that, they're all saying, oh, well, we're all Antifa now because we're anti the fascism of the Trump administration. And it's like, in a fascist, two things. Number one, in a fascist regime, you wouldn't be allowed to have a no kings movement. I'm sorry. Like, countries that have dictators don't have these sorts of protests on the street. That's the first thing. And the other thing here is, as you say, it is completely against what the democratic will of the people as expressed in November was, but it is also, there's a strong communist element to this.
Surprise.
Because when they talk about anti-fascism, they claim that they mean it in the sense of, the Allies storming the beach of Normandy. No, they really mean anti-fascist in the sense of Stalin storming through Eastern Europe.